The reason I'm telling you guys to skip 23 and 24 for hex staking for the most part, if you're small, if you're a brand new player, that same guy who's trying to get to 100K hex, is because the gas fees are just going to make the hex stake irrelevant. There's not enough yield there. It's just not going to yield enough. The hex price can shoot up quite a lot, so maybe you break even there, or maybe it goes up a little bit too. But the gas fees can get so ridiculous that it might hurt you. We don't so far we don't really see too much. We don't see too much things kind of taking supply, taking the fees away in terms of upgrades. We're looking at maybe like the maybe in 25 we might get the FVM, maybe 24 or something like that. But a good chunk of the time, it's going to be very expensive to take these hex stakes out, and it's just going to suck. Now, the cool thing is like, well, Miguel, okay, Miguel. So I mean, why should I? I mean, I should just stake it now anyway, and then I'll get the copy on Pulse Chain. True, it's true, and you could stake the smallest little stake. You could put 1,000 hex, stake it for 2 years, and you will get your P hex on the other side. But personally, I think that 1,000 hex would probably serve you more better, proactively investing into it and stuff during these lows that you'll have in Pulse Chain once it crashes. Yeah. So now so Miguel, so when can you have the first hex stake? Now, the first hex stake, I think a decent date would maybe somewhere in 25. Now we are this is sort of the gambling stake a little bit in terms of like where we're at, right? I think May or maybe June is June 1st or something like that is not a terrible day. It's 828 days from now. I think 10,000 hex is a nice starting amount where you could do a stake like this. It's almost a T share right here. And it's far enough away. You have 828 days of earning yield. You're more than likely going to have hex hit 2 all-time highs or local all-time highs in that time frame. So you're gonna have a lot of emergency on stakes. So these stakes will probably earn enough yield where they'll be profitable, and the hex price will be higher than it is today. And it'll probably more than likely be worth it to get that hex stake out and stuff like that. If I were just guesstimating like how much you're probably earning on that, like you might earn something on average 3, 6, like four hex a day on that thing for 820 days. So minimum on the 10,000 hex, you're gonna earn something like 3,400 hex of yield to about. You see, I got the math right on this one. To about now, this is where it gets. That's like the yield that it's kind of yielding right now. But you could have a bunch of merchant gun stakes, which is hard to calculate sometimes. But then it could equate to an extra. It could be 5,000. So you basically will get like you should be able to get on a stake coming out in June of 2025 something like a 50% return in hex.